Okay, you guys, here we are again for another week of chicken and cat yoga. Welcome back to all my loyal regulars. Thank you so much for your support. If people are new, then welcome to you too. We'll do introductions. This is Baby, and that's Rita. There's Banu. I don't know if you can see Banu over there on the side. And a couple of chickens are not here. But look, while I'm talking, you guys are meditating. Normally when the moon is full, we start laying back, but that doesn't make for a really good video. So you can certainly pause right now, pause the video, lay down on your mat, relax, meditate. But I'm going to meditate in the Dhyana mudra here with the palms together, thumbs together. All right, so let's get started. We can't take 2 hours today. Well, we could if we wanted to. We may, who knows. But this is one of my favorite sets, you guys. It's a lunar set, and it's one with the children and the stars. And we do have a lot of asanas to do. Also, Anjaneya's pose. So grasp your feet, inhale, sit tall, lengthen your spine, and just drape your spine across your legs. Don't worry, baby, they're not. Baby's very paranoid. She thinks the chickens are after her, but they're not. Maybe they are a little bit. On an inhale, let's come up. And then go right into our camel ride. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. And go right into a more rounded motion. When the moon's full, everything is rounded. It may be two-dimensional, but it's round. Hey, look, here's Coco. Coco is broody, you guys, which means that she's trying to raise a chick that doesn't exist, and she will sit on an imaginary egg for weeks and weeks and weeks, and it's really bad for her. She doesn't eat very much at all, and in this heat she could die. So I'm worried, but there's nothing you can do. It's instinctive. So let's reverse this, go back around the other way. But this is the second time she's gone through this, so she knows the drill. And she barely got finished molting too. She still looks terrible, but she used to be a lot fluffier. And anyway, that's chicken news. And the latest in chicken news is there's more news reports that chickens will give you salmonella. I just think that people are are just love to live in fear lately. So this is just an old rumor that's been going around. It's not even true. It's spread by Big Egg. So we're going around in a circle, one way and then the other. Oh. Well, hey, Coco. So the other girls are off camera. You can't see them. Oh no, hey, I think they almost unplugged the microphone again. Come on, you guys. No one can even see you. All four of them are off camera now. That doesn't help. Most people just like the cats, though. That's all that matters, right? The chickens will eventually explore every square inch of this. And I wouldn't be surprised if they leave a pheromone marker to do so. I mean, they're very methodical. They leave no stone unturned, literally. So this is odd that all four of them left, but there didn't seem to be any cue given. You guys keep doing this. I'm gonna turn around, see if there's any predators. Huh, nope. So when the moon's full, we take this movement that's already centered in the core and we bring it deeper into the dantian. So you can still feel it, it's just now completely inside you. The dantian is from traditional Chinese medicine, and as I've mentioned before, it's like a sphere that exists just below and behind the navel. So you imagine energy moving around there, and you can feel it. It's not imaginary in your mind. It's your mind is allowing you to feel it. And then let's go back external. I don't know if you can see Coco and Banu over here. She's getting a little close. If Banu has to stand up, he's not going to like it. Hands back to your heart. What are you guys doing? Give Banu some space. Okay, hands back to your knees. Go now, use the stability to drop that movement deep into the pelvic floor any muscles that you can feel down there. Lightly contract them and help them make this circle, even sort of like a Kegel. Right, baby? All right, good enough. I'm going to switch my legs around without disturbing baby monster. And then let's go forward again. So I've been getting feedback from people. A lot of people's animals practice with them. They just love when we get down on the ground. I think they feel some kinship with us. Quiet, Coco. All right, come back up. And then our first child-related pose will be from Qigong, child praise to the Buddha. So keep your hands like this. They don't have to be glued together. And then they roll around and then back the other way. It's just nice to loosen up the wrists a little bit. All right, let's go into our twist. Sit tall again, twist to the side. So we're going to do different twists so we don't have to do as many of these. So I'm just going to do one more and then come back to my center point and float down. Okay, great. And now you can shake your legs out. Bring your legs into as if we're going to do straddle, but we're going to imagine this is a three-pointed star shortly. So bring your legs as far apart as they can go. Flex your feet. Arms up. So this is a three-pointed star folded. And then we're going to fold it some more. Let's try to fold just from the hips and keep the back flat, which means I can't come over very far at all. We have a couple of people in our live class that can lay flat with a flat back. They can just boom, straight down. I'm very happy for you if you can do that. Wow, Coco's just going nuts, man. She's flying. You're not supposed to fly. All right. Now we can come back down, and now you can relax your back and walk your hands out your legs as far as you care to. All right, let's come back up. And then bring your legs in a little narrower. We'll make a 5-pointed star. We're going to twist, keeping the spine long by extending up through the crown point of the head, and then hand to the opposite leg or foot. Rotate this palm up. It's a 5-pointed star folded and twisted. And then on an inhale, come back to center. Now how did we lose a cat? Oh, jeez. We lost all the chickens, all the cats. Let's twist to the other side, except for loyal Banu. Oh, there's baby. She's way over there. She slipped out. Baby. Uh-oh, there's Coco. So what we're going to do is go back and forth at your own pace. And I'm going to go get some chicken feed while you do this. I know you guys like this. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going. Keep going. Okay, you've done 100. Let's do one more on each side, just so I can catch up. All right, good. Stop it. What are you doing? All right. So that's a 5-pointed star. 6-pointed star is dedicated to the goddess Aditi. That's our first goddess pose. She is the goddess of the boundless sky. And the reason she's included in this set is she has 12 children, one for each sign of the zodiac. So this is a 4-pointed star. And then add 2 each elbow. Grasp your feet and then come forward, but no heroics here, just whatever gravity. Come forward as much as gravity will help you. Okay, so let's do our first moon pose. This is a crescent moon, and you can't see my knees behind Banu, but my knee is in my instep, like that. And this foot is the tip of the crescent. And then I'm going to form my crescent moon by just walking my hands around. Just a gentle twist. And then I'm going to walk my hands back around the other way. Here's the trick. Leave your feet exactly where they are, trust me, and just bring your knees up and over. It really works. to the other side. So the first time you don't have to do anything. The second time a little more twist. Go back over. Up, stay off my notes, please, Banu. Please, Banu. All right, thank you. Here comes baby. Oh, good girl. So this time when we come around, let's we'll drop down to one elbow, see if we can, but instead of increasing our twist, decrease your twist, because gravity is going to increase your twist, and just the fact of going down is going to increase your twist. So decrease, and then it will all come back. Baby, how did you get out of here anyway? Come back around. Okay, and then to the other side. Come back with my notes here. Ease yourself down gently. Untwist a little bit. Okay, come back up. And then since this is the child set and the baby set, imagine you're cradling a baby and you're going to leave your feet where they are and just come over to the other side. This is harder for me than for you because I'm in a hole right here, you guys. So I'm going up some valleys and... Oh, jeez. All right. I've got to get out of that hole. Okay, here we go. So, like this. There she comes. So forget the twist. We're not doing the twist anymore. That's a good girl. That's a very good girl. See, we lose one cat, get another. Lose 3 chickens, keep 1. It all evens out. Worst comes to worst, we'll do yoga with some fish. All right. How about one more time? Okay, great. And I was telling my live class, if you like that sort of thing, another place you can learn it is not in my natural movement class, because they don't have that in COVID, but you could join the Russian military, because there's something called Sistema, where they do a variety of ground techniques while still being able to shoot. So they might come all the way around, still being able to... Sorry. All right, anyway, that was a Sistema break. It's fascinating. So let's do child pose just for a moment, just to explore, not that we really need a rest yet, but to explore the energy of child pose, what it really means. It's very closed. It's about as closed as you can get. The palms are facing up. Head is down. Lengthen the spine. Legs are together. Very nurturing. Very relaxing. But like I say, it's early. We don't really need to relax yet. We haven't done much yet. So let's continue on. But just to feel that essential energy of child pose, so that, because we're going to modify it later, and you need to know what you're modifying before you can modify it. So let's do our squat of the day in the manner of child pose. Okay, so if baby will allow me. So legs together, hands behind me, palms facing upward, and then I just close everything, shut everything down like a seashell. Okay, great. So come up to a hanging forward bend. And we're going to come up and do some standing poses now, but we're going to switch over to the dojo. So there'll be a brief intermission. You can have a sip of water, and then eventually we'll come back out here. We'll see if any cats join us in the dojo, but I doubt it because it's too hot over there. So, and I'm not going to turn on the air conditioning just for 15 minutes of yoga. So come up to sitting. All right, welcome back. We're in the dojo now. We have Banu with us, and we will go right into one of our favorite side bends, the half moon side bend. Big deep breath up. And then exhale over. First time, don't do anything. Don't worry about it the first time. We're going to go back and forth. So just loosen up these ribs and connective tissues. Inhale up, exhale over. A little bit more each time. Nice and smooth, regardless. So you'll feel things starting to loosen up a little bit. We're coming over a tiny bit more each time. That's the good thing about poses that we do more than one time, or reciprocating movements, that we kind of ease into them. But there's not that many yoga poses that are like this. And this was probably first done just as a static movement, almost undoubtedly. And then somebody, it started out as a static pose. Somebody decided to make it into a movement. You'll notice that with the Kundalini system, it's generally 2 or 3 poses strung together. They didn't use the word flow. It was more reciprocating. And then the Tibetan rites are also similar. It's like 2 poses joined together. So then, just to demonstrate what I'm talking about, next time we go over, we're just going to hold here now because we're sufficiently warmed up. Keep breathing. Keep an eye on Banu, see if he strikes a pose that we can all do. On an inhale, oh, bye Banu. We'll come back to where we were. Okay, great. So let us do a stability pose, and then we will do a balance. Well, no. Let's try a balance. Okay, so now that we've gotten our big side stretch out of the way, we can do a half moon balance, which involves a side stretch, but we've already stretched to our side, so we can underdo our side stretch with both hands over. So underdo, and if I'm going, and I'm going to just pull this leg out in the same direction that my hands are reaching. Okay, and then you never want to lose your balance in the middle of a side bend. So I'll just demonstrate. I come out to here and I say, whoops. There's no heroics whatsoever. I'm not going to any effort to hold this balance because I could pull a muscle here. So I come out here and I'm like, oops, that didn't work. Try it again. Oops, that didn't work. So then, there we go. Okay, great. So that's an interesting balance, but we don't want to overdo that one. Oh, you want to hang out there, Banu? He's still here, don't worry. He's just not on camera. Let us now do something from Qigong. We'll do one from Qigong and one from Tai Chi. So this is plucking stars, because stars are one of our themes. So I'm holding a ball with my right hand on top. Although it really doesn't matter. You could do a mirror image of what I'm doing. I'm going to but you feel a presence here. And then I'm going to roll this bottom palm down and roll that top palm up and then look in the direction that my top fingers are pointing. And you want to be pulling and twisting through here. Okay, it is relaxed, but it's engaged. So that's a definite thing in Tai Chi where we're relaxed, there's no tension, but there's pulling through the fascia. You see I just reversed my hands. I roll the bottom hand down, roll the top hand up. So yeah, the left and the right doesn't matter. I'll just describe it in terms of top and bottom and sides. And I turn to the side that these fingers are pointing. So you see if you expand outward, you get a tremendous stretching and twisting, but not really tension, okay? Not muscular tension, at least. And muscular tension is what we're trying to avoid. One more time to each side. Down, up. And there are Tai Chi movements and postures that just hold a big ball. See, if you just hold a large ball, you're still working energy. You get a feeling of presence in your hands, but you don't get that twisting. So roll this hand down, roll this hand up, and now you feel that twisting. So Qigong has many purposes, and one purpose is just working energy, and then other purposes can be stretching, just like yoga, and other times twisting, if you want to distinguish twisting and stretching. So let's step out. We'll do a little Tai Chi known as reach up to touch the 7 stars of the Big Dipper. So I'm going to turn my feet to one side, doesn't matter which, and I'm going to bend my left knee, very similar to a warrior pose. So we're good to go here. In fact, this is warrior 2, but I'm going to sweep my back hand down. And again, the left and the right is not important. And then the back hand is going to come up underneath the top hand. The wrists meet, the fingers extend, and then I'm just going to reach up diagonally. We're not doing like a warrior 1 way up here. This is just a nice diagonal feeling from my fingertips back to my heel. If you want more challenge, instead of reaching up or arching your back, you would lengthen your stance here. Okay. So it should feel like a straight line. I know it doesn't look like a straight line. Okay, and then to do the other side, I'm just going to drop this down. I'm going to keep this super wide stance. It's wide now. It's going to become long in terms of nomenclature as I come over to here. Okay, so ready to go. This sweeps down nice and slow. Comes up underneath, the wrists meet, fingers extend. All right, one more breath here. Then we can lower this down. Come back to the front. So that's a very stabilizing pose. I'm walking my feet in. Now we'll do our famous half moon balance. So turn both feet to one side, bend the knee. This is every cheat that we know of. If you can think of anything else, let me know. Hand comes down to the hip. Well, I'll tell you a really good one is I'm going to drop this hand down. And you know what a good one is? I'm going to drop both hands down. And I haven't been doing that, but perhaps I should. And then press up. Yeah, that's much better. This is like rock solid. And then this hand can come up, straighten both legs. And the final thing is to look up. But remember, your inner ear is turning all sorts of circles right now and throwing your balance off. But it's really good to try it, but don't be surprised if it's really destabilizing. All right, that's good. So both hands down, perhaps, or just float your way back up, however you want to do it. But that's pretty much, I don't think we can make it any easier than that. So I'm going to turn both feet to the other side and then bend this knee. So this is my bad knee, so I'm going to go down super slow. So remember, our oldest progression was hand here, hand down, but this is my bad knee, so I'm just going to climb down. Yeah. Take it easy, right? Straighten that leg. You need weight in this hand, otherwise why even have it down, right? Okay, maybe try to look up. Whoa, oh, that's not good. All right, that's enough for me, I think. I'm going to come back up nice and slow. All right, yeah, that side's harder because that's my twisted knee. So before we release this, nice power and stability pose, our 5-pointed star. We've done many stars today. Pull the arms back, see if we can hop in without disturbing Banu. Here he comes, see if it works. Here he comes. And well, I'm going to step on him now. What's going on, Banu? All right, so let's see what else we have. That's basically it for our standing poses. So why don't we head back out with the chickens? Yeah, that's basically it. So I'm gonna drop down to a hanging forward bend, and then I'll meet you back out with the chickens, okay? Say bye to Banu. All right, so we're back. And it's just like the old days. It's just cat yoga. No more chickens. I don't know where they went to. And we shall
do Anjaneyasana. First we'll come into lunge. Okay, and then drop the knee down, flatten the foot out. Maybe walk this front foot over, and that widens your base. Uh-oh, this is really bad. I picked the wrong direction to go. You guys stay right where you are. Coming over to here. Hey, come back. Come here, baby. Okay, so where were we? Oh, we're here. And then we're going to come up to here. And this is sufficient. This is plenty. Actually, I'm going to come over. Stay where you are. I got to be careful of my bad knee, you guys. Okay, so either this is fine or up to here. One more breath. First, just look forward, then hands to your heart. This way you won't lose your balance. Hands back down to the ground. I gotta be really careful of my bad knee, you guys. First it was my back, now it's my knee. It's always something. Back to lunge, back to hanging forward bend. Aren't you a good yoga kitty? Yeah. And then other leg. So this looks just like crescent moon pose, but in this case we're honoring Anjaneya, the child god who was left home alone and started getting into trouble immediately. There was an eclipse, and he flew up and pushed the moon out of the way, angering the other gods. So this is supposed to look like the little sliver of an eclipse instead of the sliver of a crescent moon. One more breath. Lower your gaze, lower your hands. Curl your toes under. Back to lunge. Step forward. And then so when in the lunar sets we do everything a little easier. So instead of hopping my feet back, I'm going to walk my hands forward to downward facing dog. And then, in honor of Lakshmi, we'll lift one leg. All right. How about the other leg? Don't rip up my notes. Oh, don't do it. She's gonna rip my notes up. Please, no. One more breath. Back down. Another good stretch. In downward dog. Drop down to hands and knees. We'll do our first different version of child pose, which is everybody's real favorite. It's extended child pose with your arms out, but it is restful, but continue to pull through your arms to open your shoulders. And you can still continue that forward pulling motion, this time with your elbows, even when you make the Anjali Mudra above your head. So pull your elbows, walk your elbows forward, and this is a really good stretch. Right. Excellent, excellent. Let's do our rabbit. I'm pretty confident this is a clean patch of grass. Look at Banu off in the distance. Now how did he get that idea? Hey, baby, come back. Oh, I lost all my cats and my chickens. This is a disgrace. Let's do rabbit. We'll see what happens. Curl your toes under. There's 3 versions that we know of. The classic Hatha, most gentle version, is just to reach back and grasp your heels. The harder version is to walk your knees away from you and hold your ankles. And then the one that's kind of in between in terms of difficulty is join the hands behind the back and make big giant bunny ears. So your head is probably on a harder surface than mine is. So I could hold this for a lot longer, but I will have pity on you. If you're on your hardwood floors in your dining room, your head's probably hurting you. You're looking for a Motrin. So let's how about let's do our side pose for the day. We'll do our half moon side bend. I'm going to come around so I don't get the sun in my face. It's still really early. It's still not even 7 yet, you guys, but the sun is just coming over pretty bad. So find yourself a soft spot with no rocks on it. Baby, come here. Come here. Don't be antisocial. Come here. Come here. How about Banu? See Banu way out there? You might not be able to see him because in the camera settings, I locked the focus at one length so that it wouldn't always be auto-focusing whenever a chicken walked by, because that's really off-putting when it does that. But now Banu's probably just a little blur off in the distance, a little white snowball. So we've already done a lot of side stretches, so we don't have to do a whole bunch of these, but let's Let's come up one more time. And then let's put together our half moon balance from down here. So I'm going to bring this arm up, bring this leg up, look up at my hand. All right. Great. Let's do the other side. I gotta stay out of the sun, so I'm gonna come way over like this. Whatever. Prepare for your last one. Come up nice and tall. Little side stretch. Arm up, leg up, look at your hand. All right, good. Come up. Well, no, let's see. Let's do our bridge. I'll just stay where I am. Lay back. So remember the paradox of the bridge, at least the way we're doing it, is we're not planking up immediately. We're going to roll up through the spine. And to accomplish this, the first thing to go up is actually a down. So the first thing to happen is draw the abs downward, push the lower back into your mat, and then feel the hips come up. They roll under, the tailbone points upward as best it can, and then we're going to peel the spine up away from the ground, one vertebra at a time. Nice and slow. So if you cheated and did a whole bunch of vertebra all at once, you'll get another chance. So my hips are as high as they're going to go. Lift one leg up. This is again dedicated to Lakshmi, goddess of wealth and prosperity and beauty. One more breath, pointing towards the North Star. Lower that leg, come all the way back down, one vertebra at a time, please, please. So remember, to make this happen, as one vertebra goes down, the rest of them pull up. So you're holding this up as you drop, methodically drop. So you have to have a counter to this downward movement. There has to be some counter upward movement, otherwise everything's going to come down at once, right? So, but it's all in your mind. So then let's come up again. So again, this goes down, the pelvis comes up, and then keep the spine glued to the floor, only allowing one vertebra to peel up away at a time. So you have to hold this down as you allow one vertebra up each time. And you can do this with any part of your body. So it's another thing that we talk about in natural movement, and even like a little bit in Tai Chi, a little bit in Pilates. We'll go up here, point towards the North Star. One more breath. Lower the leg. So again, let's try this. One other chance to try it. So imagine helium balloons. Big helium balloons are holding your hips up. And so you have to consciously drop the spine down, even as your hips want to stay up. So the hips want to stay up and you're pushing the spine down. It's a tiny articulation, but in your mind it's bigger, right? So hug your knees to your chest. We're not done yet though. Rock to sitting. I can come up a little more gracefully than that, but I'm telling you, there's a big hole here, and God, I'm sitting on a big bump. Let's do our cradle pose. I saved it for last, or it's one of the last poses. Now, let's do one more before we do that. Now let's do cradle, since I mentioned it. I save it for last because it's most likely to go into my back. So I want my back as warmed up as possible before I execute this. Bottom leg is just for stability. So make sure that your bottom leg is fully contacting the ground, right? And then you can make any kind of a cradle movement that you want. It could be as simple as this, or you could try to have your foot here and your knee here. So I don't know if I'll be able to do this because my back has not been doing well on my knee now. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, well, close. I'm not going to push it. We wouldn't want to have slow motion video of me ruining my back. All right, that's enough for me. I'm out. If you guys with your nice loose hips, you could still be cradling your leg up here. Should feel really good. I know you guys you've got real loose hip bones. So everyone who's still doing it, now let's let it down. Switch legs. So I want full contact with this leg if it makes a difference. And then this leg ought to be a little bit more flexible because it's the other knee that I hurt. So we'll see. Not much. No, it's no more. But like I say, anything that looks like rocking a cradle is fine. Little bit of rocking, and then I'm dropping my baby down. I'm not dropping my baby, letting the baby down gently. Okay, and then we shall do another pose that you don't want to do without warming up first. And so we're sufficiently warmed up. We'll do, you have two, oh hey Banu, you're on the wrong side of the fence, man. Well, that's good. We still have cat yoga. So you can either just do a table, or you can do kamatkarasana, which in America some teachers called this the wild child, which is not a good translation from the Sanskrit, but that's why we include it. We include it into the child set because they call it that. It's a poetic translation would be the, if I can remember. Oh, I can't remember. It's the ecstatic unfolding of the enraptured heart. I did remember. So that's a very poetic translation from the Sanskrit. So anyway, let's everyone just do table. and we'll come back down.
The next time I go up, I'm going to add Comet Karasana. That's optional, so everyone can come up to table, and then if you choose to do Comet Karasana, so we're going to do this 2 more times, 1 on each side, so everyone can do table. Remember, check the orientation of your hands, the rotation, whatever feels best for you. I thought I knew the ways that were preferable based on anatomy, but people said no, so their anatomy is reversed. So I won't even try to help you out on this one. So anyway, so you come up a little further. So I'm turning. I'm not just coming up. I'm turning over and then extending up a little higher. And come back down. All the way down. Well, hey, Fauna. How are you? Let's see. So, ready for the other side, either table or all the way up. All right, back down. Great. Come all the way down. You're not going to believe this, but we're practically done. Hug your knees to your chest. Couple of more child or baby poses. Of course, there's happy baby with a little rock from side to side. I'm in no danger of tipping over because I told you I'm in this hole here. So it's supporting me. Hey, Banu. And then hug your knees to your chest. We'll end with our favorite monkey twist, arms out to the sides. Knees to one side, head to the other. The other side. Slowly come back. Or you know what? Let's go all the way over to the other side. Roll onto your side. Come into a fetal position. So this is the only set that has these babies and infants in it. So we really need to, just for a moment, experience a real fetal position. The same way as many teachers stress that the corpse pose, you should really envision that you're dead and really feel what that would feel like. And that's what brings you into that extreme relaxation, because you're actually envisioning a corpse. In this case, we're really envisioning. We'll just take a few breaths to really envision being in the womb, as yet unborn.
So you can hear sounds coming from your mother's body. You can hear her heartbeat. You can hear probably blood flow. We can hear our own blood flow through our own ears, but we've tuned it out selectively. And then you could hear outside noises similar to our traffic, just muffled sounds. So this is an interesting meditation, but we'll move on. So back to our traditional meditation. Hug your knees one last time, and we'll do the same thing as always. What we'll do is some Savasana meditation, and then maybe you guys can maybe I'll find some oming, and then you can try oming along with that later. That'll be optional. That will be at the very end of the video. So you can choose to fast forward, or you can choose to skip that, whatever you like to do. I like to give you options. And remember, when you're oming all by yourself, you don't have to be self-conscious, and you can have some real fun with it, you guys. So one last breath, and then collapse down into your corpse pose. Go into your final meditation, whatever type of meditation you like. But most meditations begin with focusing on the breath. So breathe through your nose also, if you don't. If that's difficult, it's worth working on. And then, by the way, thanks again for your interest and your support. And I will see you next week. Enjoy your wonderful meditation and enjoy your week.